Bonjour mes amis, do you have problems with pronunciation, and maybe are you using the phonetic pronunciation? Do you have trouble finding how to pronounce the words in French before you know how they sound? This is Llyane Stanfield, and I am back today with a video on demand. There is someone who asked about, okay, and I forgot her name, who asked about how do we pronounce this particular quote that I published on Thursday. So she was asking for the pronunciation, the writing, the phonetic pronunciations, the phonetic writing, so that she knows how to pronounce. And immediately I realized how everybody really is, the reason why a lot of people really don't know how to pronounce in French, and also the reason why a lot of people feel the pronunciation in French is really, really hard. It's because in schools, programs, and everywhere, everybody is encouraged to, for, I don't know, productivity reason, for let's get a mark quickly, or let's just get going with these words. For some reason, this is very much preferred to learn a word at a time. Now, my philosophy on this, because I live in the Anglophone world, and I live these two languages, is not that I just know the languages, but I actually live the culture. I know exactly why this is happening. It's because English itself, it's learned one word at a time. So we have this problem of learning one word at a time, and then expecting that French is also learned one word at a time. So I need to hear it before I actually pronounce it. Now, the other reason why, okay, so the reason that I'm putting here, that I want to explain here, is that learning one word at a time is actually limiting you to know only the words that you heard before, which is exactly what happens in English. That's happened to me and everybody else who have English as a second language. We learn one word at a time, and as adults, to ask someone, hey, how is this pronounced, is really embarrassing. But we are thickening our skin because we have to survive. So we did do that, and we are doing that a lot. With French, you don't need that. We do have exceptions for the pronunciation rules. We have rules of pronunciation in French, and we have exceptions for them, but most of the times the exceptions are the most commonly used words, which you are going to learn, and you are learning in any kind of course anyway. So you will know the exceptions anyway from any course. What do you do with the other words? So this is the reason why, because we are used to learning English words one word at a time. I need to hear it before I say it, and so I have to ask how it's said, and then I'm going to say it myself. But the French doesn't work this way, and people are limited by this particular concept and method to being able to pronounce only the words they already know. Not just that, but most people not knowing, most people, I'm talking about 98% of the people who are learning French, are actually inhibited from learning French because it sounds so much more different than it's written. That's because we don't know the rules of pronunciation. So let's go to the quotes. It's really fun, and I'm going to publish this everywhere because it's interesting, right? So, pour gagner, il faut accepter de perdre. So I'm going to say it again much slower for the beginners. Pour gagner, il faut accepter de perdre. Now, the meaning, to give you the meaning would actually prevent you from learning how to enrich your vocabulary. So if I gave you the translation here, I would give you the message that words are amazingly important, and if you don't know them, you're like doomed. My method is this. you can do your words. You can do your verb conjugation. There are 2 books that you have to buy, $50 or less, and you are good to go with vocabulary and verb conjugation. What you do with these words is what matters a lot. The problem now, because people are asking for words, and again, it's not like anybody's fault here. It is because this is how an Anglophone learns English. I need to know the words. Give me the word. Give me the pronunciation, then I'll know it. Give me the word, and then I'll know what it means. But when we're learning a second language, if we don't get used to finding the words on our own, if that is not something that we do easily and gladly, happily, then again, we prevent ourselves from developing our skill for the French language. Looking up the words is something that you should do, because otherwise you're focusing on the right thing. You can do this on your own. I am here to bring the second layer of this learning French process. Okay, I'm going to say again the words. Pour gagner, il faut accepter de perdre. Now, I'm going to give you the rules of pronunciation that you can find in each word. So, pour. O-U is pronounced ou. O-U is pronounced ou. Gagner. G-A is pronounced in combination. G-A is pronounced G. Not je, but G. G-N is pronounced Ñ, like the Spanish Ñ. Il, clear, it's like E, the letter I is E, il. Faut, A-U is pronounced O. Accepter. I'm gonna give you this. Ac, so the first C is K because it's followed by the second C. The second C is pronounced S because it's followed by E. So CE is pronounced se or se. So that second C is pronounced S. The first one is K because is followed by a consonant. P, T, and the final ER is pronounced E because final ER and EZ, that's another rule, are pronounced E. De. The E in this word is pronounced E because it doesn't have an accent. And then perdre, important rule here. Perdre, E followed by 2 consonants are D, is pronounced E, like the word egg. Perdre. So the final E is E, or more casually, Okay. I'm going to give you another rule that going from the top of the sentence. Pour. So now a rule of thumb, I'm going to give you like a rule of thumb for French. The final consonant, so if it's a word is ending in a consonant, typically the consonant at the end of the word is not pronounced, with exceptions. And I have here 2 exceptions. Pour is an exception, the final R is pronounced, and il is an exception, the final L is pronounced. What else do I have here? Il faut accepter de perdre. That's all. That's all that I have here. I'm going to say the name of the author too. Louis Fernandez. Well, that's it's Spanish name, and so I'm going to say it like in Spanish. I'm going to say the final Z. So, Louis, yeah, U. So U. So that's what I had for you for today. That's just an additional video that I made today for you, and that is because someone really needed help with pronunciation, and she was going for the phonetic writing, which is not helping. Most of the times is incorrect, and most of the times an Anglophone will always also use English vowels, and that's another reason why the phonetic writing doesn't work, because as an Anglophone you will use English vowels, and the English vowels will not sound French, and that's how I helped you much more today with this video. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. And if you'd like to see more about pronunciation, the most important rule of pronunciation in the French language, which most courses and schools don't teach, please come on over to the link in the description of this video and download the pronunciation course. No, not the pronunciation course, sorry. Download the free French crash course. Stay on your game and keep going for your dreams to become bilingual. Immerse yourself in the French language so that you can finally reach your goal to become fluent in French. Merci beaucoup et à bientôt. Au revoir.